Welcome back, my duelist friends. Casual Duelist here. And it is Saturday. So I thought rather than doing another tech analysis today, like we've done every other week, I think it's time we get back to doing a couple of the Yu-Gi-Rants. And what I wanted to rant about today was Speed Duel. Okay? And just kind of some broad strokes before I get into the real thing that actually gets me. Again, don't get me wrong. I love Speed Duel. It's the only time outside of any other type of house rule you're ever going to use these skill cards. And again, your collection is basically going to be like one copy of any skill card. It's great. It allows you to play as or theme your deck around basically every duelist right now, from the original Yu-Gi-Oh! And then also a lot from the GX. We do have a new release coming up soon. And then we should be getting our Sacred Beast cards along with that. Some Shadow Rider action. Should be very, very fun. But one of the biggest things that annoyed me about Speed Duel, we went to GX like just a bit too soon. Now, I'm not saying we needed every overpowered deck from every duelist ever. But this would have been a great way to have like the big five. Especially with their like enter the Shadow Realm, I think maybe Enter the Dragon, something like that, Waking the Dragon. It was like third season. It's like mid Battle City. They're on their way to the finals, and they sort of just get pulled in tractor beam style. They land on a submarine. Basically, they end up playing against the Big Five, and you find out about Noah Kaiba, and apparently Gozabora's a thing still. So that was different. I mean, realistically speaking. But we never got to have any of those decks. I would have loved to have had one, based entirely around Jinzo. That would have been a great way to make Jinzo really pop. Again, there were just a bunch of decks that were just kind of missed. If you look at Duel Links, we have Mokuba. We had the Paradox Brothers then, not just when it came to GX. There were a lot of things that we just kind of missed. And then they did progress to GX. Another thing that kind of got me was like the early sets. You'd find cards like this, like Don Zalug here, okay? And this is something, Battle of the Kingdom or Battle to the Kingdom, something like that. And I'm okay with this because later on in later boxes, we were given, common / the chance at secret rare copies of Don Zalug. But initially, if you wanted to play Donnie Z, that is exactly what you had to do. Other cards that I've been playing a little bit more recently, let me see if he's still sitting here on the table, would be like the Parasite Paranoid. Initially, this card was like an ultra rare. The only reason I had this in a profile before was my friend Joe. Currently, we went back. We found some promos from the Speed Duel actual tournaments, and luckily, a couple online vendors had them for $2-3 a piece. So for like I think we ended up spending about $10 overall. $10 we were able to add this to the collection, and again, like without that, like those are the only two prints of that so far. And then there are other cards that I don't even have, like Vampire Lord, and I'm really hoping that when it comes time for the next box, Camilla's Vampires are definitely in there. I'd love to see the Vampire Lord. I'd love to see Vampire Genesis in Speed Duel. That'd be kind of cool, because he was kind of a miss when it came to the regular TCG. Sort of like the Advance or the Evolution cards, where you had both him and... I don't remember if Red Eye's Darkness Dragon evolves that way. There was a Neo Leviathan Daedalus and Levi Dragon Daedalus. You had to tribute that to make the next form. So again, like I think Speed Duel is a better home for those than the Master format. But again, that's how we get the cards for the Speed Duel. So we're in the Master format. Hopefully, I don't have the same misgivings when it's time to go to the 5Ds era. Hopefully, we've gotten enough of the GX era to like truly just go ahead, get a full taste, enjoy everything again. I want to see the Arcanas. I do want them to go through that whole storyline. I want to see them go back into like the dual world. I want to see them get some more Gravekeeper cards, because it's one of my favorite archetypes. And that's a big thing. Now, the major thing that's been getting me online recently, lately, I'm getting a little excited because I'm getting ready to talk about it, is everybody correcting me about YCS Niagara Falls ban list. So, guys, I pulled it up. It's on the Yu-Gi-Oh blog. It's on Konami's official site, and I don't want to like rules lawyer you or anything, but like, can we pay attention to this? Will get ready, Speed Duelists on September 10th and 11th. YCS Niagara will implement and pay attention to these next 3 words. An event only limited list for all Speed Duel public events held at where? The YCS Niagara Falls. Guys, it's not an official ban list. Okay? This is not an official ban list. I'm all for the house rules. I love them. If you guys love this as a house rule, and this is how you guys want to build your decks, fantastic. All of the power to you. But right now, at any event, unless it is actually enforced at the locals, there is no official ban list. There is no ban list. Not for Speed Duel, guys. And again, this is literally, I don't mind this list. I do think this is good. Again, I don't understand how you can limit a. Okay, I do understand now. Because this is the way that a Duel Links ban list works. So you can choose to have any one of these cards. You can choose to have any 2 of these cards. And then you can have up to 3 of the cards off of here if you're playing them in singles. Or 3, play a full play. So it's like you can play 3 breakers. But if you do that, then you don't get Book of Moon. You don't get Cosmic Cyclone. I get it. That's great. It's perfect. I don't mind this. But again, since this was just for that event only ban list, that is why none of my decks go with it. Guys, the ban list is fine if everybody agrees to play the event that way. This is the last time I'm going to touch on it. It does grind my gears. This is one hill I am willing to argue on. Like, this is actually my feelings for once. Like, no kidding. Please stop telling me about this ban list. It was for those 2 days at that location. I'm sorry, but that is the end of that, okay? It's just like errata. Errata does not change whether or not a card is legal, air quotes, lots of air quotes. It does not change whether or not the card is legal to play. So if you have the older version of a card like Jowgen the Spiritualist before errata, it doesn't mean that you can't play that one and you have to have this one from the Legendary Duelist Season 3. No. You may play any copy of Jowgen the Spiritualist so long as you play that effect right there as it's worded on the most up-to-date errata. Same thing with that ban list. That ban list was for one event and no other events. So if you guys choose to do that, if that's a group decision, fantastic. 100% I support you. But until Konami creates an actual ban list, guys, you can use 3 of everything. Okay? There's no limits on you yet. As this format does pick up, though, and I do see that it's starting to, now that we've got these boxed releases instead of those booster packs. And again, that goes back to my argument about, I don't have any Vampire Lords, or I only had one. I only had one Apprentice Magician before, and then they reprinted it, so then I was able to get my playset. So again, I hope that that's going to continue to be like a pattern, but until we have an official list, that's not a thing. Please stop telling everybody that's a thing. All you're doing is falsifying information. I don't want to use the term fake news, but it is. So that said, I'm going to go cool off and return to my normal happy-go-lucky self. And hopefully I didn't upset too many of you guys. That said, I do hope that you enjoyed it. And maybe you guys want to give me a heads up on what you'd like me to rant about next. And for the time being, you guys go out and have an excellent day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend as it's just started. And see you guys later. Peace.